Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
The search for a missing woman in Macomb County takes a grim turn. Investigators believe they have found Samantha Ginther's body in a storm drain. Right now, firefighters and police are still collecting evidence.
And a large tent has also been put up to create some privacy. Let's get right over to Sean, where the scene is still pretty active there, Sean.
Extremely active as we gather information about what we're looking at here and sources, what they are telling us. Right down the street, scene number one of the homes right down towards the end of the street. That's where 47-year-old Samantha Ginther was last seen, but last seen, guys, since June. Let me show you a picture of Miss Ginther. Neighbors telling us she's a mom, lived here for a bit, was last seen in June, but police rather kept her disappearance or missing case rather quiet because they were keeping an eye on her residence, who was coming and going. They were doing a massive investigation. They did put out that she was missing, alerted the public last month. But here's the deal. Police went in there today, either for a welfare check of someone who was there, or they served a search warrant in there. There was two people inside. We're told one of those persons or both led them right down here to this street. This is scene number 2. There's a drain behind that black tarp, and that's where a body was found. Body of a woman was found. That happened this morning. What you're seeing here is Sterling Heights Fire. It took them all day long to get the body out of that drain, believed to be 47-year-old Samantha Ginther. Two people taken into custody. I am told one of those persons, by sources, is currently under arrest. Someone who had a very close relationship with her. So that's what police are putting everything together. Very upsetting scene for neighbors here because they said they saw Samantha in June, hadn't seen her since, and now all of this unfolding here today. The woman who lives in the house right here, we just spoke to her, saying that knowing that perhaps this body was there for weeks is really upsetting to her. Even police coming and going, also very upset. Very upsetting situation, but police continue to investigate. One in custody, two have been detained. One person has officially been arrested. We'll be here. We'll have much more coming up at 6, talking to neighbors and what sources continue to tell us as they piece all of this together. But guys, really disturbing scene. Yeah,
indeed. Okay, Sean, we appreciate it. Also breaking right now, former MSU football coach Mel Tucker has been found responsible for violating the school's sexual harassment policy.
USA Today published a breakdown of the ruling within the past 20 minutes. Tucker's accuser provided the 73-page report to the paper, which says a university hearing officer determined Tucker sexually harassed and exploited Brenda Tracy during an April 2022 phone call. The ruling comes 10 months after Tracy filed a complaint with the university's Title IX office. The school held a formal hearing on the case on October 5th via Zoom. We have reached out to Tucker's attorney and are waiting for a response.
Well, there is a glimmer of hope tonight in the UAW strike.
The Associated Press is reporting Ford is on the doorstep of a deal with the union that might lead to ending the strike there. Our business editor Rod Maloney live tonight in Wayne with the latest. Rod.
Yeah, Devin, Kimberly, I'm getting the same information. We've confirmed it. And it looks like they're getting ever closer. Might there be an announcement in the next 24 hours? I'm starting to hear that that could actually happen. Now, they're 41 days out here on the picket line today. That's one day more than the 2019 GM strike. Some are saying there's no coincidence there. Out here, well, they're hoping they get that deal soon. Local 4 News has also confirmed the Ford talks remain ongoing and that they appear to be close to that deal. The big raise, the energy boost, ironing out retirement details remain the last issue on the table. Out here at Wayne Assembly with the first local UAW pickers to strike, we asked, is it at all encouraging to you that you may be getting close?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tell me why.
Because it's time to get back to work.
It's important to point out this is the first UAW strike against Ford since 1975, and for most everyone out here, this long picket line is the first they've ever walked. Wayne State University business professor and auto analyst Dr. Merrick Masters tells Local 4.
It's good news if the reports are accurate that they are close to an agreement. The nudge they gave Ford last week appears to have been sufficient to bring closure, and you hope that there's a domino effect and that this can lead to agreements that the other two companies in this strike can end pretty soon.
Should they get to a tentative agreement in the next 24 to 48 hours, it kicks the next step of this process into gear, letting the rank and file vote, and no one out here is counting chickens.
I'll have to read it. If there's a tentative agreement, they're going to give it to us. We're going to read it over and we'll vote on it. If we like it, we're back to work.
I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
Until the deals are released to us, there's no way to know.
And there's probably a lot more detail that we don't know that we'll certainly have to get once they have an announcement, if in fact that does happen in the next 24 hours, as we've been told to expect. In the meantime, General Motors and Stellantis, we're told, are hard at it trying to get their contract finished, and we'll see if they're making any progress. We're told that Sean Fain is likely to come out on Friday and have more to say, so let's wait and see. A lot of anticipation out here tonight. Back to you.
We're crossing everything. All right, Rod.
A mother and her boyfriend are facing murder charges in the death of a 7-year-old little boy. Police say Alicia Holloman, an Avion trailer, physically abused the little boy. Some of the evidence was presented at their hearing today. Will Jones live with what was revealed in court in this such a tragic case. Will.
Kimberly, simply heartbreaking what this 7-year-old boy allegedly experienced. And we want to warn you, some of those details shared in court today may be difficult for you to hear. Prosecutors say that boy was brutalized.
There are just simply no words to describe how absolutely brutalized Deshaun was.
Prosecutors say at the hands of his own mother, 23-year-old Alicia Holloman, and her 21-year-old boyfriend, Avion Trailer. The couple appeared virtually at 36th District Court this morning, and there we learned more about the nightmare that Deshaun Williams endured.
His pelvis was separated into two.
And the abuse of his body continued after his death.
He has an anal tear and burn marks that were made post-mortem.
Detroit police were called to this home in the 3700 block of Hurlbut on the city's east side just after midnight Sunday. The boy was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. The cause of death, prosecutors say, multiple blunt force trauma.
There's home surveillance video that shows defendant Trailer carrying lifeless, moaning Deshaun downstairs to the basement, along with defendant Holloman coming up and down from the basement multiple times.
The wounds you described suggest torture. Do you have any indication how long it lasted?
Judge, the injuries that caused his death were within a day. However, his body shows marks and scars from prolonged abuse.
The judge said the couple is a danger to the community, so they were given no bond, so they will remain in jail. They're due back in court next month. We're live downtown. Will Jones, Local 4.
Just beyond heartbreaking hearing what happened to that little boy. We appreciate your report tonight.
Well, after weeks with no leader, the House of Representatives does have a new speaker tonight. Louisiana's Mike Johnson was sworn in after Republicans voted unanimously for him on the floor this afternoon. He's the party's fourth nominee for the job since Kevin McCarthy was ousted as Speaker 3 weeks ago. In his address to the House a short while ago, he thanked his colleagues and pledged to restore order to the chamber.
We're going to exhibit two things here: trust and teamwork. And this group will deliver for the American people. I said it in the chamber, and I will say it here. We're going to govern well, and I think the people are going to be very pleased with those results.
Johnson is expected to quickly try to get the House back to work, starting with a resolution condemning Hamas and supporting Israel.
All right, so let's see what's happening with our forecast. At least we can say temperatures were not so bad today.
Yep, stayed mild, but we lost the sun for a while today.
Yeah, we did lose the sun. We'll see it again, though, and we're not done with temperatures in the 70s. But right now we're watching a few scattered showers here on Exact Track 40 radar. It's not raining everywhere, but it is coming down where it is in Rochester Hills, Pontiac, Waterford, Sterling Heights, Macomb, and Utica, all getting a few showers at this hour. But you can see there are plenty of dry patches as well, and that will sort of be the pattern here over the next several hours. Temperatures are a little cooler than they were yesterday. Right now, still in the upper 60s at Metro and downtown, but upper 50s north of M59. 14 degrees cooler right now than it was yesterday in Pontiac, 11 degrees cooler in Ann Arbor. But tomorrow, we go right back into the 70s, low 70s, in fact, and we may even see a break or two of the sun. Have a look at the weekend forecast. One day definitely better than the other, and we'll talk about which is which coming up.
Okay, Kim, thank you. The Lions and Red Wings are going strong, but now a busy fall sports season gets even busier as we throw the Pistons into the mix.
They start their new campaign tonight with a lot of questions hanging in the air. New coach, a key player coming back from a long absence. It's up to you, Bernie. Set the expectations for us as we try to figure out what this is all headed.
That's why I have small shoulders, I told you. The Pistons open tonight in Miami, face the Heat. Detroit does have a lot of questions in front of them. One of those questions is not head coach Monty Williams. We've got highlights. Pistons worked out at the practice facility yesterday. The Pistons broke several banks when they signed Williams to a record deal, 6 years, $78.5 million. Williams says he knows Detroit is desperate for a winner.
Every head coach in the city carries the hopes and dreams of a city, and that's not something that I, sweep under the rug. I understand how much this community wants a team that they can get behind.
I like his demeanor and the way he chats about everything.
I do too.
What was the Pistons record last year? Anybody remember? 17 and 65.
I knew it was less than 20.
So
yeah.
If you beat that, you're ahead of last year. They better beat that.
That's
for sure.